So coming back to the story, me and Danny, we got attacked by the bobcat. We got fucking scarred out. The customer screamed, and we ended up going to the fire station. Little did I know what was gonna happen next. I fainted, and I said, "Fuck that! I'd rather die than go what Danny Mora went through." They got a big needle like that, and right on the ombligo, they fucking stuck on that needle for in case that fucking bobcat had rabies and all kinds of shit. I'm like, fuck that. I faint, and I said, fuck that. No fucking way I'm doing that. He cried, he screamed, and he was a man. And I was like, fuck that. Not me. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather die. So the fireman told me in case I get, in a couple of days, I start getting pus in my skin or getting infected, like diarrhea and all kinds of shit. I'm like, I'll go to the doctor, but I'll wait until then. Fuck that, you're not doing that to me. And Danny Water called me a pussy and whatever, scary cat. I don't give a fuck. And to this day, he beat me. So me and him continued doing pendejadas, you know. We fell from a 2-story, they had wood with some moss, and me and him, like, we fell, we crashed together, and we went to a bar in Azusa. We rented 2 Yamaha Kawasaki Ninja fucking motorcycles, and he taught me how to ride motorcycles. We fucking went up and down the Azusa Creek and all that. I had no taste for bikes after that. Motherfucker was papa wheeling and jumping and fucking going like 80 miles an hour, and I was like, hell no, I'm gonna go slow and easy. I'm a low rider, eh? Fuck that. I didn't want to die. And he was a daredevil. He was a fucking was a badass motherfucker, right? So his wife, she used to be a little oversized, whatever, and I used to always tell him, like, fuck, you could do better or whatever, but he loved her. He really loved her. Her name was Adriana, and he really loved her, and he ended up having 3 kids with her, and she had 2 sisters, Norma and I forgot the other name, which is my cuñado, his wife. So one day, we did some barbecue over there in Arcadia, and with the fucking birds, with those fucking crazy birds, man. Those the ones that have feathers and all kinds of shit. The peacocks. They're in Arcadia, and they literally live in Santa Anita. We did our annual party, our Christmas party in Santa Anita, and it was fucking awesome. We had a singer, and we had inside the Santa Anita, they do like a concert. They have like a fucking festival, bungee jumping and all that. It was fucking nice. The second year, we went to Big Bear. We started in Mount Satellite together. And, well, Pete's. Then we went to Mount Satellite together, and we hit it off. The first year, I remember we did a barbecue. We were making about $2,000 a week, so money was no object to us. And he invited his 2 sister-in-laws, and one of them was already married to my other cuñado from Ironwood, Johnny B. Bad, you know. And Norma was a youngster, And I thought she was the most pretty one of all. And she was beautiful. She captivated by and hypnotized me with nothing but charm and love, you know. And she treated me great. We swam that day. We had an awesome time. And I fucking, to this day, I probably never seen another beautiful woman like that one. Little did I know, like I said, me and Danny, we're gonna be captivated for the rest of our lives. And the next year, we met Mr. Geronimo and fucking, we ended up going to Big Bear, and we're gonna play baseball, and we didn't know exactly how our lives was gonna change. And we ended up going. We lost like 18-1, but we ended up scoring one hit, and it was Danny Mora that fucking did a home run. Last inning, last hit, last of everything. We didn't get it blown out because of him, and we rented cabins and everything. And Geronimo, Geraldine, Michelle, and all of us. We were doing orgies, parties. We were fucking hanging out, and we went to Castaic Lake. We went Lake Havasu. We went all over. We did a lot of stuff. Our boss used to be, he used to own half of Victorville, and he ended up falling. He used to have a field net, and he ended up crashing and dying. And Tim was his son-in-law, and he ended up starting Connect Television. And I hit up on his daughter y toda la cosa, you know. And me and Tim and little Miguel, we call him Miguel, right? Michael, that's his real name. I used to always call him Miguel because he was Italiano from the Italian mafia, you know. And we were fucking Mexicans. And we used to always like bitch and complain and fuck around with him. And well, Tim became the owner of Connect Television, and I ended up going for Connect and working. Me, Chan, TJ, fucking a lot of us, fucking Jesus, all of us. We ended up working for Connect Television, and we hit it off. We were fucking on top of our game. And me, Chen, and TJ, we ended up breaking up apart and starting Dicom Inc. And just when we were starting it, Danny Cuñado became Pivot and some fucking Paisa. We used to call him Paisa. They ended up being the main guys, and Jesse of Ironwood. And Tim was the main one of Connect Television, and they're all related one way or another. And Danny Mora, he wanted to be a millionaire. He wanted to be rich, and he had high expectations. And he probably would have been rich already, you know. And he told all of us, hey, you know what? Jump in, invest money, todo. I didn't have money. I was just rising up to the big leagues, you know. And we used to sell 100% copper cable. Well, we used to buy it for Connect One. It used to be $55, $65 a roll, and he was gonna get it for $4 to $5 a roll. So he was gonna make about $30, $40, $50 a roll. So él empeñó his mom's suegras and his family and friends, and everybody invested about $250,000. He went to China and he ended up spending 15 days. He was wasting money like he was gonna be rich. He was already counting all his eggs before they hatched. And he put the tag on the container, and he bought the first container. charged $250,000, and the second container was gonna be like $500,000. So he was gonna be a millionaire right away. He was gonna hit it off. Well, the container got here in San Pedro, located next to Long Beach, and it arrived, and everybody was like ready to unload it and start buying all the cable that we already had put money into and everything. Well, like I said, he went to China and he locked up, he signed it, and it took 3 months to come over the ocean. And when it got here, it got to San Pedro 3 months later, and it wasn't the right cable. They robbed them, they faked them, and there was nothing or no one that he could complain to. I mean, it's the fucking corrupt government. And he got the cable that was worth like, dollar wise, you could get it for like $8. And he paid like $4, $5, after taxes and everything. And he had no one to buy it. So he tried offloading it just for the same amount of money, and he lasted like 2 months hiding from everybody and trying to sell. He ended up getting some money, like $50,000. So many for $50,000, and he fronted another like $20,000 one. Well, the people that he fronted the $20,000, they were saying that the cable was defective, was no good. They're not gonna pay him, and he ended up going back to the house. He used to play the guitar. He could sing, and he ended up suiciding. And about 2 days later, his wife and everybody, they weren't talking to him, and they were upset. And they ended up finding him that he had just died on his dad's house right there in Lincoln Heights. And people were like looking for him to fuck him up and to get their money back. But he had no way to get money back, so he technically robbed his mom's house, his mother-in-law's house, and most of all, his friends, And he didn't have a face. He could have just moved on. He could have just fucking restarted life, but he was always orgulloso, and his name was fucking always prestige, like he lived up to it, He didn't want to be a fuck up. He fucking always gave his word, and he always fucking came through. Well, this time he fucking chanced it, and he fucking lost, and got robbed, technically. He ended up suiciding. I ended up going to the funeral and talking to him, to his mother-in-law, mother, and his daughters, and like everybody, you always say good things, that you're gonna be there, blah blah blah. Even though I didn't, I feel ashamed sometimes. But Puñal ended up getting a contract with Ironwood, like not a contract, him and Isa. His name was Johnny también. It was John. We used to call both of them John and John. And he didn't drive or not, but he ended up suing. He got a lot of money, and then he ended up getting cancer and dying. So Puñal and they became the main ones in Ironwood. And after I had gotten in a connect with Tim and all that, and my brother and me, and we fucked it up, and we lost the contract. Then we got a contract with Ironwood. Then we got another contract with Burbank with Mike Jones. I don't know if maybe by now you probably heard a story about Jones and Cuñao and all them. So I was doing good, and Tim felt betrayed that my brother did what he did, and I did, more or less. I allowed it, so it's my fault. I took the consequences and I lived up to expectations. So we ended up getting our contract renewal from Connect, and we went to Ironwood, and then we got Burbank, and we're doing real good. I had my dad, my sisters, Bertha, everybody working for me, and I was always like looking for Norma, which is my cuñado's little sister, and I got to talk to her and everything, but she wasn't into me. She moved on, and she knew I got married, and she knew I was a player y toda la cosa, and because of Danny and all that, she didn't really like want to be with me, There was too much history of me and Danny Mora and all that, and because mom lost the house and a bunch of stuff. Johnny ended up training good. He lost being the supervisor right there, but he went to go work for UPS. He became the area manager, and he's fucking doing real good. I mean, and I never got to see no more Norma, and haven't seen Danny Mora's kids or anything yet, and I wish them always the best. And if I could turn back the clock, that was a friend that really helped me, even though he passed away. He really impacted my life, and he was there for me. You know what I mean? I've never seen someone suicide. To that, I got to see my primo Ricky and Steven, And I think about it occasions here and there, because I get weak and I get disappointed in life. But in realistic, I have Jesus Christ in my heart, and that gives me the strength. And I always have Bertha and everybody else. But that was the story about Norma. And one of my best friends that I could ever have was Guadalajara, and my grandma met him, my family met him. He was un güero, cabrón, Peckerwood. Hardly spoke Spanish, but tacos, ole, like shit like that. We used to throw the huega. We used to fucking it's a party, right? We used to fucking go hit the restaurants, and we fucking lived. We lived really. And I tell everybody, if you ever have an opportunity to fucking live life, don't be afraid to not chance it. Don't be afraid to not try. The best thing about life is trying, even though you fail. I guess at the end you'll probably succeed. And that's the story about Norma and Cuñado, Leo Johnny, and Guadalajara. Rest in peace, primo, hermano, my best friend. I really fucking miss you, and thank you for everything you impacted my life. So I will always be grateful to you, and hopefully I get to see your daughters and really step up to the plate with them. Rest in peace, come on.